Hello, hello. Sorry for my slow start here. I was getting some stuff ready to put on the porch and lost track of time. So it's 3 o'clock on a Friday, which is just an awesome time to do a 12-day of Christmas video. We are going, hi Teresa Blue. We are going to make a hot chocolate holder using the Merry Christmas bundle. Okay. Sorry, Merry Moose bundle. And we are on day 9. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. We're on day 9 and I am going to show you, I'm trying to decide what to show you first. Let's just get started on our project. So you guys may remember this Merry Moose bundle last year. It was like the most amazing thing. It was so awesome that people, that it went on back order really quickly. And so it was on back order forever. And you can see where it says okay here. These were items that were in the holiday catalog last year, and I put a tag on them so I wouldn't sell them in my buy one get one sale. That's why they say okay. So they were carried over to this catalog, and they're so cute, and we just didn't really get enough use out of them last Christmas because they were on back order for so long. So I'm going to make today a hot chocolate holder, and let's get started. Okay, I just realized that I don't have the hot chocolate. I'll make the holder and then I'll go and grab it. So let's get started. What you're going to need is, what I start with is designer paper. And so I thought to myself, what designer paper do I think looks kind of like woodsy? And I love this one. It's got the wood grain and then this berry pattern, which kind of makes me think of the woods. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull a color that goes with that, real red. And then also for this project, I saw something about the moose that I thought was really cool. We're going to do a little stamping and piecing of the moose. So you're going to need crumb cake and soft suede cardstock. And let's go ahead. So far, I know we're going to need espresso, probably soft suede ink, maybe crumb cake. We'll decide as we go. Okay, we won't use crumb cake because it's not in its little slot. Oh, there it is. It just looks green in here. Okay, so these are actually really easy to do. They come across as looking really fancy and complicated, but to me, they're not any harder to make than a card. So let me show you how you do it. So you're gonna need a Stampin' Trimmer. Let me see if I've got y'all to where you can actually see the place that I'm. Okay, yeah, y'all can see that. Get the light on there, good. Okay, so let me scoot this back a little. All right, so you're gonna start with a piece of cardstock, and the cardstock is gonna be 5.5 by 8.5. So this is a pretty standard cut for a card. We're going to cut it 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. And then you're going to score it at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 inch side. So what you're used to doing. Okay, so you've scored it there at 4 1/4. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make a tick mark at 2 3/4 along the 5.5 inch side. So this is a 5.5 inch side, and you're going to pull it in 2 3/4. And you're going to make what I called it a little tick mark. Just take your cutter and make a little tick mark, okay? And then you're going to cut from where the tick mark is to where the center score line meets the top edge. So basically what you're doing is you're cutting off between the center score line and right where this tick mark is. Okay, so the way I do that is I line up my center score line here. Whoops. Make sure y'all can see me. Here, it helps if I'll raise this up some. It's probably the best fit. So you've got your center score line here, and then where you made your little tick mark. I made my tick mark pretty big. Basically, you're just cutting off. I think this is going to be right. No. Yeah, I can flip it over. Well, we'll just have to see. Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay. All right, so you just cut that little triangle out of your designer paper there. We went up 2 3/4, and then we cut from the center score line to right where you made that little tick mark. All right. Now what we're going to do is take our designer paper. We're going to cut it 4 by 5 1/8. So this way is going to go 4. And then 5 1/8 is going to be right this way. All right, now on this one, we're going to make a tick mark at 2 5/8. So 2 5/8. And then we're going to cut from the tick mark here. It's kind of easier to see on this side, to the opposite. There's the tick mark to this, up to this corner. So we're just whopping off this piece. All right, and then these two nest right inside each other perfectly. Okay, so nothing very complicated so far, right? We're just cutting paper. And let's go. All right, now what I do, y'all, this is super sneaky, and I think it works best for this project. I need to see if I can root out my stapler. So when I'm making gifts, I try to make multiples, which means I'm going to make them quickly. So what I did is I took, like, the designer paper stops right, leaves you kind of an edge. So I'm going to go in a little bit further than that and just give it a punch, okay? And then you can even give it just one punch down here. All right, so then I can cover that up with my designer series paper, and no one is the wiser that I have a very sturdy pocket for my hot chocolate. Okay, so let us connect our designer paper to the front. I'm going to use Stampin' Seal. And just stick that right on the front. All right, now, now we're going to make our mousse, okay? Now, I saw this when I was searching for Mary Mousse, and I thought it was pretty cool. So some people punch and cut this guy out. That's fine. Punch and stamp, which we're going to do. But we're going to do a little switcheroo on our little mousse. And we're going to make his antlers light brown and his body dark brown. And we are going to avoid coloring him. So this is a little bit, I guess you would call this paper piecing. We just did it a few days ago on one of our days of Christmas. I think it was this, whatever day we did Christmas means more. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp the mousse first in crumb cake. And when you're going to stamp and punch something, you want to punch it on the lower edge because you know your punch is going to come up from the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to also stamp it. Look at that. That's an old piece of cardstock. something sat on it and it sat in the sun for a while. All right, perfect use of it. All right, so we've got 2 moose. I guess the plural of moose is moose. All right, so we're going to punch this guy out with our punch. So easy, so easy. So you could make so many of these in a flash the way that we're gonna do it. This keeps you from having to color his antlers and everything. So now we're gonna punch this guy out. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to paper piece these antlers on top of those antlers. So all we're gonna do is kind of like do this, okay? And then we're gonna cut off. We're gonna cut these a little closer. So we're gonna cut off his antlers here. Okay, and then when we attach it, it works just like that. So you have a dark brown moose and a light brown antlers with very little effort, okay? So we just stamped, the light was on crumb cake, the dark was on soft suede, and we stamped it with espresso. So we're working our browns to make our moose that has light antlers and a dark body. Isn't that clever? I love it when I find cool things on Pinterest because I was like, oh, I never thought of that. Now let's see. This guy is perfect because I want to have enough space on my circle to get my sentiment in there too. So when I'm going for simple, then I want my, I like to put my sentiment right onto the circle. And actually, I think I'm going to put him down low. And I don't typically do, I usually do a neutral sentiment, but since the moose is neutral, I do think I'm going to go red on my Merry Christmas. And if you don't use that stamp, then there's lots of others. But to me, it's the cutest, Merry Christmas. But you've got its beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Have a cozy Christmas, happiest of holidays. And look, you got this cute little raccoon. I mean, this is a stamp set that you need if you don't already have it in your collection. All right, so Merry Christmas is just perfect. Oh my goodness. All right, now we're going to use our dimensionals to pop that sucker up. But we have one more thing to do. And let me see. I would like to stamp, I want him to have a red scarf because why not? So I'm going to, first I'm going to stamp the, what do you call it, the scarf off on a piece of paper. And then I'm going to stamp it right on this little red scrap that we had left over. Now, that just gives me a little guide for where to cut out the scarf, okay? So we're just going to cut like so. You may not can see that very well, but I'll try to. Just cutting out our little scarfy scarf. We're going to cut up in this little V and cut up in the little V. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, it's adorable. Because, I mean, it's a moose with a scarf. I guess there's nothing else that needs to be said about that. It's the cutest. All right, so we're gonna pop that scarf on him. Sorry if my head is in your way. adorable. All right, now what we're gonna do, I first reached for some red ribbon, but then I saw this, and it goes with the plaid tidings. And of course, to me, this is perfect because our moose is kind of woodsy, and I just think this has a real woodsy look to it. It's got a lot of cool texture, and it just goes with fall. It goes with Christmas. It's crazy how how versatile it is, and it's just I don't know. I love it. It's now I need to look up the name of it. I can't. It's like flax. Let me just see. It's under the plaid tidings. Let us investigate. 56. Teresa, you might know the name of it. Oh, it's called Embroidered Ribbon. $7, natural open weave. It's $153.554. All right, so that's the cutest little ribbon, and I shift it over to the right because then we're gonna put our little Merry Christmas right here, and we're gonna take some dimensionals. So if you put one on the top and then one on the bottom, then you'll be ready to rock and roll. There. Okay. Now just take a hold. I'm gonna go grab hot chocolate. I hope I have any. Awesome. All right, so you've got your little packet of hot chocolate, and it fits in here perfectly. All right, so that's a wonderful gift that you can give your friends at Christmas. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Now, let's talk about our gifts of Christmas. So this is our Christmas video, but we've been talking about a special gift that you can gift yourself on every video. And this gift of Christmas is, today's gift is the all-inclusive kits, okay? So you may or may not think about it, but as a Stampin' Up! Customer, I love kits, okay? So I love something that I can just get out and put together without much thought. And I would say that there are some people in your life that would also appreciate such a thing, even people that may not have ever stamped before. So I like all-inclusive kits for that group of people. So there may be people in your life that you may not stamp with, like say your sister or your daughters-in-law or your mother-in-law or your mother, just people that may not be avid crafters, so to speak. Or if you're an avid crafter but you just like to do something every now and then to push the easy button, okay, then this is one of those push the easy button kind of a things. So the two all-inclusive kits we have are the Simply Citrus kit, all right, and the Looking Up card kit, all right. And by all-inclusive, I mean you have the stamp block, the stamp set, the ink, the cards, the envelopes, the glue dots, the dimensionals. The only thing I usually recommend is to add your own scissors, which you may or may not have. And then I think it's nice to have a tape runner. We sell one called Stamp and Seal, but I like that. And then I also, even though there are glue dots included, I like to use these. They're just easier, but there are nice glue dots there included. So that is a perfect gift of Christmas. It's $32, and it makes 5 cards with 3 each, so 15 cards. And then this here, again, you've got 15 cards. These are kind of have like airplanes and things. Just like, to me, it kind of makes me think of traveling. We have the citrus kit. The other kit we have right now that's all included is in the holiday catalog, and I love it too because it makes Christmas cards. So it's called the Joy of Sharing card kit, okay? And you can make it this way or this way, and you can make them photo cards or not, all right? So I'll show you an example of some of these cards. This is one of the cards that goes sideways. Very simple and cute. We have one that goes up and down. Okay, so also very simple. These come together in like 5 minutes each. This is an example of one of the photo cards. So you can take your 4x6 photo and just stick it in there. It is so, so easy, okay? So, and again, all the stuff that you need, you've got your ink spot, you've got your, what's that called? Stamp set, all the cutouts. There's a nice clear block in here. I've probably already taken it out and appropriated it towards my other crafts, but there's a nice good clear block for you to use. So lots of wonderful things and full color instructions. And all of our kits have nice videos that go with them. The other thing is when you're finished with the kit and you've got your stamp set, you can grab a pack of note cards, which is what I've done here, and simply just stamp the cute stamp set and a little, what do you call it, sentiment, and you've got a whole set of Christmas cards here. So nice and easy, all-inclusive kit. So there's lots of all-inclusive kits that you can purchase and give your friends at Christmas. So thanks for joining us with our hot chocolate holder. And I was going to announce the winner of day 8, Days of Christmas, and that is Susie Jones. So every day I draw for a prize for people that watch, share, like, and Susie was the winner. And I don't know if you noticed, this paper you may have never seen before, and it is from the Celebration catalog, which as a demonstrator, happy shopper, I'm able to order from it right now, and I earned this paper for free with a $50 purchase. So isn't it cool? It's got lots of neat patterns, and you can also sign up to be a happy shopper, and you could purchase from the brand new spring catalog right now. All right, so join me tomorrow. Let me see what time we're crafting. It is 10 a.m. Is that right? Tomorrow is the 5th. Yep, 10 a.m. Snowflake Wishes. So I shall see you there, and looking forward to it. Bye-bye.